I see you. Keep that hair natural. Ladies, we must keep the hair natural. If I can't grab it, I can't have it. I want us to be clear about a couple of things when we talk about the Negro inferiority complex. The reason black people do not seek to compete with the other groups for political and economic supremacy is because black people don't believe they can compete. I want us to understand this. The reason we don't have our own banks, the reason we don't have our own schools, the reason we don't have our own supermarkets, the reason we don't have our own hospitals, the reason we don't have our own manufacturing, the reason we don't have our own distribution, black people do not believe that we can compete with Caucasians. We don't believe we can compete with Arabs. We don't believe we can compete with the untouchables. We don't believe we can compete with the Asians. We don't believe we can compete. That is why black people are not interested nor involved in the eternal tug of war for political and economic supremacy. Let us be clear about something. Nobody is interested in sharing with anybody else. Let us be absolutely clear. Multiculturalism is a joke. Multiculturalism is a joke. Multiculturalism is a joke. Nobody practices or believes in multiculturalism. That's a scam they run on black people so you don't compete. Nobody believes in multiculturalism. That's a scam they run on black people so that we don't compete. Nor will we compete because we don't have the confidence. We don't have the confidence necessary to compete. The world we live in is a four-way tug of war for political economic supremacy on the planet Earth. That's what it is. It is a four-way tug of war. Arabs, Asians, Anglo-Saxons, East Indians. Four-way tug of war. African people are not involved. African people are not involved, especially in the United States, especially in the Western Hemisphere, especially in the Americas, because we don't believe we can compete. That's why black men aren't coming together to fight to build black banks. That's why black men are not coming together to fight to build our own black hospitals. That's why black men are not coming together to fight to build our black supermarkets, our distribution networks. When they say black men have been psychologically conquered, that is largely true. That is largely true. Black men have been politically and economically conquered psychologically. That is absolutely true. We do not fight for our community. We do not build for our community. We do not protect our community. The only time we show an uproar, is when the white man makes us angry by not allowing us to participate. We don't want competition. We want participation. I'm going to say this again. The black man is politically effeminized. The black man is economically effeminized. The white man is competing for economic supremacy. The Asian is competing for economic supremacy. The Arab is competing for economic supremacy. The East Indian is competing for economic supremacy. And the black man is waiting for the white man to give him some grant money. The black man is waiting for the white man to give him reparations. The black man is waiting for the white man to give him a bank loan. Doesn't this look a little weird to you? Even if you don't have a high political IQ. Even if you don't have a high political IQ. Even if you don't have a high political IQ, don't you find it a little odd that while the white man struggles with the yellow man, while the yellow man struggles with the brown man? Don't you find it a little odd while the brown man struggles with the red man? The black man ain't struggling against no man. The black man is trying to collaborate and participate. The black man does not believe in competition. We have been politically and economically effeminized. See, let me kick the ballistics one time. Let me say this. The reason the black man has opted for individualism and materialism, the reason the black man has opted for individualism and materialism is because he don't think he can compete for political and economic supremacy. So the black man has decided to run a masculine scam on the black community. The black man has decided to run a masculine scam on the black community. And the masculine scam that the black man is running on the black community, the masculine scam that the black man is running on the black community, the masculine scam is that I'm going to show you how much materialism I own. I'm going to brag about my chains and my clothes. I'm going to brag about my house and my car. I'm going to brag about my women and my vacations. And I'm going to use all of this useless material bullshit to distract my black women and black children away from the fact that I don't have the balls to compete with the brown man, the yellow man, the red man, and the white man for political and economic supremacy. I'm going to say it again. I want you to understand, overstand, and understand. I'm going to say it again. This is King Kong consciousness talking to you. I'm going to say it again. This is the most requested, relevant, and revolutionary black scholar in the world today. The black man is trying to distract the black woman and the black child in the black community away from the fact he's afraid to fight the white man politically and economically. He's afraid to fight the brown man politically and economically. He's afraid to fight the yellow man politically and economically. So he gonna tap out for individualism and materialism. He gonna tap out for individualism and materialism. And then you get your religious hustlers. Let's talk about religious hustlers. And I'm going to say this right now. And I'm not calling no names because I'm not into that. But one day we're going to have to take a long, hard look at the role of the religious hustler, not only in the black community, but within the black consciousness community. We have a long history of religious hustling in the black community. We got mainstream religious hustling. We got black nationalist religious hustling. If we are really going to fix the problems of the black community, we have to deal with the role of the religious hustler in the black community. If we don't ever deal with the role of the religious hustler in the black community, we will never solve these problems. And the religious hustler is like any other black man. Most black men have tapped out of the masculine competition for political and economic supremacy. Most black men have tapped out of the political and economic competition amongst men, and they have settled for materialism and individualism. Well, guess what? The black pastor has done the same thing. The black pastor has done the same thing. The black pastor has tapped out on religion. The black pastor says, I don't need to compete for my community. The black pastor says, I don't have to fight for my community. The black pastor says, I don't have to struggle for my community. The black pastor says, I'm just going to worship Jesus and take all your money so you can worship Jesus. And Jesus is going to take care of my problem. That's a religious coward. That's a religious coward. That's a religious coward. Because you are too scared to struggle against the white man. Because you are too scared to struggle against the brown man. Because you are too scared to struggle against the yellow man. And this masculine competition for political economic supremacy of the planet Earth. Because that's what this is about. This is real men fighting to control the resources, the land, and the people of the planet Earth. This is a struggle for men. If you are not a man, you don't want in the struggle. So most black men say, shit, I can't beat the white man. I can't beat the yellow man. I can't beat the brown man. I can't struggle against the untouchables. So I'm going to tap out for individualism and materialism. I'm going to brag about all the cars I own. No political power. I'm going to brag about all the clothes I got. No political power. I'm going to brag about all the sneakers I got. No political power. I'm going to brag about all the loosey-gooseys and smelly nellies I got on speed dial. I'm going to brag about all the loosey-gooseys and smelly nellies I got on my phone. I'm going to brag about all the loosey-gooseys and smelly nellies I got on my speed dial. And I'm going to just brag about my merchandise. I ain't got no power. I ain't got no power. I have merchandise. Somebody sent me a clip of LeBron James and Rich Paul, and I ain't got no issue with either brother. Somebody sent me a clip. It wasn't a video. It was a letter. It was a statement that LeBron James and Rich Paul made to the Untouchables about the military conflict currently waging in the so-called Middle East. Rich Paul and LeBron James released a joint statement expressing support for the Untouchables. For the Untouchables. And I was greatly disappointed in LeBron James and Rich Paul. And of course, we know Rich Paul is bunny hopping with Adele. We know Rich Paul is bunny hopping with Adele. Rich Paul come from the ghettos. He come from the streets. Rich Paul know what it means to be black and struggling. And soon as your ass make it, you go get you a snow bunny. As soon as LeBron helps, what's his name? Maverick Carter, whatever. Who is it? Rich Paul. What is LeBron's agent name, brothers and sisters? Let's get it right. What is LeBron's agent name? What is his name? What is LeBron's agent? Let's see. Rich Paul. I got it right. Rich Paul. So Rich Paul makes it. Very intelligent, brother. Very successful. Hats off to him. But the first thing he does is go get Adele. A damn snow bunny. Why? Because when he was growing up in the ghettos of Akron, all he saw was white women paraded on the television. All he saw was black men and boys chasing after white women. And so Rich Paul, at the back of his mind, said, the minute I become successful, I'm going to go grab me a bunny. A bunny. A bunny. But let me get to the point that I'm making. LeBron James and Rich Paul released a statement. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. And I ain't got no issue with Rich and LeBron. I ain't got no issue. I ain't got no issue with them as men. I respect both of those brothers. Except Rich Paul bunny hopping. And LeBron trying to act like an activist he's never been. Okay, Rich Paul statement. Let me see. Let me pull this up one time. Okay. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Okay, this is the statement, brothers and sisters. This is the statement. The devastation in the Middle East is tragic and unacceptable. The murder and violence against innocent people is terrorism. The Spring Hill Company family sends our deepest condolences to that community. We pray for peace in the region. We reiterate our continued commitment to fight against hate. We must all work to ensure the tragedy does not spread even more hate and racism. I have a question for LeBron and Rich. Do you know the history of that conflict? LeBron, Rich Paul, have y'all studied the origin of that conflict? And I can't go in it in detail because this platform is owned by untouchables. This platform is owned by untouchables. But if you know anything about the history of that conflict in the Middle East, then you would know who the real troublemakers are. You would know who the real troublemakers are. You would know who the real troublemakers are. But because you have been bought and paid for by the untouchables, because you have been bought and paid for by the untouchables, you decided to involve yourself in an international conflict that is none of your business. Why are black men getting involved in conflicts between other groups? Why did LeBron and Rich feel the need to inject themselves in a conflict between other groups? I don't see y'all injecting yourself in the situation going on in Florida when that old crusty snow bunny murdered our sister AJ, single mother of 4 or 5 children. I don't see y'all making a statement on that. I don't see y'all releasing a joint statement on the fact that the U.S. Congress and President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris still haven't passed the George Floyd police reform bill. Where is LeBron and Rich's joint statement on that? Where is the joint statement on the continued lynching and murder and genocide of Africans by U.S. police? I don't hear nothing about that. Where is the LeBron James, Rich Paul joint statement on gentrification in the black community? Where is the LeBron James, Rich Paul joint statement on the miseducation of black children? Where is the LeBron James, Rich Paul joint statement on mass incarceration? So you mean to tell me LeBron James, Snow Bunny Rich, you mean to tell me LeBron James and Snow Bunny Rich, you mean to tell me LeBron James and Snow Bunny Rich that you will involve yourself in a conflict taking place halfway around the world between 2 groups of people, neither of which care for you or yours? You will involve yourself in a conflict waging halfway around the world between 2 groups of people, neither of which care about black people at all. They don't care about us at all, either side. Neither side gives a damn about African people, but you will release a joint statement in support of one side of that struggle, but you haven't released a single joint statement. You haven't released a single joint statement to any of the institutions, systems, or decision makers in America with what is going on against African people in this country. LeBron, you're starting to lose points with me right now. Snow Bunny Rich, you done already snow bunnied yourself. You done already snow bunnied yourself. You done already snow bunnied yourself. But my brother, please. Floyd Mayweather. The money team, right? The money team. I like Floyd. He might be pound for pound the 2nd or 3rd greatest of all time. You will never pass Muhammad Ali because you never fought for your people or sacrificed like Muhammad Ali. So you're not the GOAT, sir. You're not the GOAT. That's Muhammad Ali. You'll never be that. You never stood for Africans. You never fought for Africans. Let me find Floyd Mayweather's statement. Money Mayweather. ain't built an institution for no black community in this country. Money Mayweather, who I love and respect. I'm a Floyd fan. But this right here, my brother, was straight up coonocracy. This was straight up coonocracy. Floyd jumped on the same bandwagon with LeBron and Rich. Floyd said, I stand with the untouchables. I stand for all humans and wish for a safe return of the Americans and the untouchables. I stand with the untouchables all around the world, and I condemn their enemies. Floyd Mayweather, you condemn the enemies of the untouchables. Have you ever condemned the police for killing black people? Have you condemned the U.S. government for mass incarcerating, miseducating, and turning a blind eye to the genocide of African people? Talk to me, Floyd Money Mayweather. Talk to me, Uncle Remus. Talk to me, Uncle Remus. Floyd Mayweather jumps on the train with LeBron and Rich Paul to declare their complete, unquestioned loyalty to the very group that financed the slave trade of African people. Complete, unquestioned loyalty to the very group that ensured the slaves on the slave ship. Unquestioned loyalty to the very group that helped participate in the destruction of African civilization. Floyd Mayweather, I'm a fan. I respect you, but this was straight up coonocracy. You lost a few points with me. You lost. It's amazing how black celebrities can go halfway around the world, involve themselves in conflicts that have nothing to do with black people. Have nothing to do with black people. Involve yourself in conflicts that have nothing to do with black people. But when it comes to black people, right here in America, LeBron is quiet. Rich Paul, Snow Bunny Rich is quiet. Floyd Mayweather is quiet. Y'all got money. Y'all ain't got no power. Y'all got money. Y'all ain't got no power. They own our celebrities. All of our celebrities are owned. They own them. This is why I'm telling you, black men have an inferiority complex. Why did LeBron feel the need to jump up and make a statement? He ain't got nothing to do with that. Why did Rich Paul feel the need to jump up and make a statement? He ain't had nothing to do with that. Why did Floyd Mayweather feel the need to jump up and make a statement? He ain't got nothing to do with that. Because black men are scared of Caucasians. Black men are terrified of Caucasians. Black men don't want no smoke with Caucasian males. We so scared of Caucasians that whoever they fight become our enemy. Lord have mercy. Do we understand, overstand, and understand? Black men in America are so terrified of white men that whoever they fight automatically become our enemies. We still on the plantation. Black men are still on the plantation. We curse out some black women though. We'll curse out some black women real fast. We'll tell black women everything wrong with them, but we won't go to the seat of power and tell them that. All these gangsters we got in the black community, yet nobody who has murdered one of ours has been touched yet. Can somebody explain that amazing statistic? All these gangsters we got. All these gangsters we got in the black community, and not a single murderer of an African has been touched yet. And never touched. Never touched. Somebody help me understand. We have been conquered as black males. We don't even think about power. We're so afraid of competing with white men. We don't even dream about power. We're so afraid of competing with white men. We don't even debate power. We're so afraid of competing with white men. Black men in America are the only men in America who do not think about power acquisition. Black men in America are the only men in America who do not think about war. Black men in America are the only men in America who do not think about dying in service of survival of their community. Black men in America are the only men in America who are completely divorced and attached from a loyalty to their women, their children, and their community. Yes, we have been conquered. We have been conquered. Black men have been psychologically dominated. We have been psychologically dominated. Running to church ain't gonna save you. Running to the masjid ain't gonna save you. Running to the temple ain't gonna save you. Expensive homes, cars, clothes, and jewelry ain't gonna save you. Black men have been so politically effeminized. Black men have been so economically effeminized that we don't even think to compete on behalf of our community. Black men don't even think to fight collectively on behalf of our community. We'll kill each other at the drop of a hat. We will declare war against another black man without even having a conversation. We will declare war against another black man without even having a conversation. We will declare war against another black man without even having a conversation. But soon, when it comes to competing against our enemies, soon when it comes to standing toe-to-toe with the browns, the yellows, the reds, or the whites, we ain't got no smoke. We ain't got no smoke at all. We celebrating 50 years of hip-hop. 50 years of hip-hop. And the hip-hop community ain't built a single institution for black people in 50 years. A damn disgrace. We celebrating 50 years of hip-hop, and the hip-hop community hasn't produced a single institution for the black community in 50 years. Somebody talk black to King Kong consciousness. Sisters, if you feel me, I need a heart. Brothers, if you feel me, I need 100 or a fist. Brothers, if you feel me, we got some unapologetically African alpha males, but we ain't got many. We ain't got many. And black women, you ain't far behind. Black women, you ain't far behind. You on the internet just like your men. You on the internet just like your men, telling the world how much you don't need a man. You're the only woman in America who runs around telling the world you don't need your men. You're the only women who do that disgusting, ridiculous shit. You're the only women on earth who run around the world telling every other person on the planet, I don't need black men. You're making a mockery of yourself. You're making a mockery of black womanhood. You're making a mockery of our queen mother female ancestors. If you ain't got nothing good to say about the black man on the internet, keep your damn mouth shut. And the same thing goes for brothers. And the same thing goes for brothers. Black women, you out here wasting $30 billion on weaves and perms. Black women, you out here wasting $30 billion a year on weaves and perms. Do you know what you could do for black girls with $30 billion? Do you know what you can do for black women struggling out here, unemployed, homeless, chemically addicted, sex abuse? Do you know what black women could do for themselves collectively with $30 billion? But you don't care about your sisters. You don't care about your cousins. You don't care about your nieces. You don't care about your neighbors. You don't care about your sorors. You don't care about your grandma. You damn sure don't care about your daughters. You rather look good than do good. The black woman would rather look good as an individual than do good as a population. The black woman would rather look good as an individual than do good as a population. The black woman would rather look good as an individual than do good as a population. Yes, the men are worse because the men are the leaders. Yes, the men are worse because the men are the leaders, but black women, you ain't too far behind. Telling the world you don't need a man. So this is what the white man is saying. Let me tell you what the white man is saying. Let me tell you what the white man is saying. The white man says, if the black man don't need the black woman, and the black woman don't need the black man, if the black woman is professing to the world that she don't need the black woman, the black man, if the black woman is running around saying she will give her Cinnabons to a cave-dwelling organism, if the black woman is running around saying she'd rather give her Cinnabons to a cave-dwelling organism instead of the black man, if the black man would rather clap the flat buttermilk biscuit cheeks of a bunny instead of his own beautiful voluptuous cheeks of the African queen, if the black man would rather have some powdery donut, he'd rather have some powdery donuts instead of some Cinnabons. If the black man don't care about the black woman, and if the black woman don't care about the black man, is that not a wish for extermination on behalf of the black community? If the woman don't want the man and the man don't want the woman, is that not an invitation for genocide? If the women are saying don't give birth to any boys, and if the men are saying all black females are bitches, is that not an invitation for the white power structure to wipe all Africans off the face of the earth? We are wishing genocide on each other. The black man is wishing genocide on the black woman. The black woman is wishing genocide on the black man. We are collectively wishing genocide on ourselves. But LeBron James, Floyd Mayweather, and Rich Paul will stand in solidarity with the slave masters and with the builders of the slave ships and with the insurers of the slave cargo. Rich Paul, Money Mayweather, and LeBron James stand in solidarity with the very people exploiting Africans economically, politically, culturally, academically. Who run the colleges? Who run the media? Who run public school? Who run the NBA? Who run NFL? Who run the music companies? And this who you want to stand in solidarity with. Brothers and sisters, this is King Kong, hitting you with the real like only I can do. Often imitated, but I'm never duplicated. I'm often imitated, but I'm never duplicated. I'm often imitated, but I'm never duplicated. Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. Write a check. Send a money order. Hit the Cash App. Hit the PayPal. Write a check. Send a money order. Jersey City, New Jersey, Tuesday. Chicago, Illinois, Thursday.